Okay, good evening my dear students, welcome to V3 channel. Okay, next right, so in last class and we discussed permanent simple tissues, permanent simple tissues. In next in this class I am going to discuss the complex tissues, already I told to you clearly, very important, and so many students they are confusing in the complex tissues, and listen carefully and simply you are getting and answered in this question, in this topic. Okay, so complex tissues discovered by K. Nageli. Not only complex tissue, meristematic tissues, complex tissues, both are reported by, discovered by Carl Nageli. So, complex tissues, there are two types of tissues, xylem and phloem. Complex tissue is formed from different origin and perform same function. So, permanent tissues, there are two types. What are the two types? Simple and complex tissues. Permanent tissues, there are two types, simple and complex tissues. Simple tissues, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, they perform different function, but the same origin. Simple tissues, all the tissues, and in the tissue, what are the cells are there? They are perform same function, same origin, same function. But complex tissues, and they are originated from different types of and perform same function. What are the two types of complex tissues? Xylem and phloem, together known as a complex tissue. Complex tissue discovered by Carl Nageli. What is the function of xylem? Conduction of water minerals from the root to the, for example, this is the root, this is the stem, this is the leaf. What is the function of root? Root apex containing root hairs. Root hairs are absorb the water minerals transported from the unidirection method, root to the stem, stem to the leaf. Then later remaining water it loses through the transpiration. Then later next, xylem also called as a hydrome. What is another name of xylem? Hydrome. Next, complex tissue is a phloem. Phloem is a conducting food material. Phloem, complex tissue, conduction of food material from the leaves to the various, this is the petiole, leaves to the various part of the plant body by or multi-direction. So, leaf, chloroplast containing pigments absorb the light energy, then later observe the trapping or observe the light energy, then later and conduct and synthesis the food material. That food material conducted by phloem in the form of sucrose. Very important, sucrose. Phloem, conduction of food material in the form of sucrose. Sucrose is a disaccharide. Next, first complex tissue, xylem. Xylem is a complex tissue, it containing four kinds of cells, tracheids, xylem vessel, xylem fibers, xylem parenchyma. How many kinds of cells present in the xylem complex tissue? There are four kinds of tissue. tracheids and vessels together known as a tracheary elements. And so first type of cell is tracheids, next xylem vessel, next xylem fiber, and xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma. Out of 4 types of cells or 4 kind of cells, 3 cells are dead cells. What is meant by dead? No protoplasm. No protoplasm. So trachea, very important. How many kinds of cells present in a xylem tissue means there are 4 kinds of cells. Out of 4 kinds of cells, 3 are the dead cell. What are the 3 dead cells? Tracheids, xylem vessel, xylem fiber. 3 are the dead cell. But which is the out of 4 living tissue, living cells are called as a xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma. So next, very important question. So tracheids are water conducting channels in gymnosperms. Gymnosperms. What are the gymnosperms? Gymnosperms already we discussed clearly. Gymnosperms are the seed bearing plants not enclosed by ovules, not enclosed by ovary. In such plants, in the course of evolution, water conducting channels are called as the tracheids. Tracheids. But what is tracheids? What is tracheids? What is tracheids? They are the elongated cells. Elongated cells. Tracheids. First one, tracheids. They are present in gymnosperms. They are dead cells. What is the shape of tracheids? Elongated cells. The shape of tracheids is elongated cell. Not only gymnosperm, tracheids are water conducting in pteridophyta. Pteridophytes. Tracheids are water conducting and channels in gymnosperms and pteridophytes. They are elongated cells, they are dead cells. These cells are covered by, deposited by lignin. This is called as a lignin. Then empty space is called as a lumen. No protoplasm. Opposite of the protoplasm, what is present in the inside? Empty space. In the empty space, they are water conducting from the root to the leaf. Because of gymnosperm, pteridophyta, they are the and green color plants perform photosynthesis. So this is about the tracheids. And next, xylem vessel. Xylem vessel is a water conducting channel in angiosperms. Xylem vessel is a elongated, so like a tube-like structure. There also, xylem vessel is a water conducting channel in a angiosperm. They are the dead cells. Cell walls are made up of lignin. And empty space is called as a lumen. So one xylem vessel interconnected to the another xylem vessel is called as a perforations. Perforations. That means, for example, in one house there are 4 floors are there. Out of 4 floors, and only one pipe is not connected to the 4 floors. At one xylem vessel is a tube-like structure and long cylindrical with empty space. When the water is coming from the root to the stem to the leaf, vessel become a wider. Wider means increasing size of the xylem vessel. Then later it is conduction, water minerals, root to the stem to the leaf. In the leaf it is perform photosynthesis. Okay. So what is perforation? two xylem vessels interconnected to each other is called as a perforation. Xylem vessel is a kind of xylem cell. It is present in angiosperms, the dead cell, lignin, and empty space is called as a lumen. Two xylem vessels connected by perforations, and it is a vessel is a tube like structure, and it is absent in gymnosperm, present in angiosperms, but tracheids are, so tracheids are present or absent means in the angiosperms. Tracheids are present and they are short lifespan, they are degenerated. After that, xylem vessel is a and continuously and water supplying into the plant body. Next one, xylem fiber. Xylem fiber. And last class we have discussed clearly fibers, sclerenchyma fibers, xylem fiber. Wherever it may be, fiber means elongated with sharp ends, with sharp ends. There are also fibers also, they are dead cells made up of lignin, empty space is called as a lumen. These fibers are used as a commercial fibers, just and last class already told you fibers are dead cell made up of lignin, then empty space is called as a lumen, and fibers are elongated with sharp end, one xylem fiber intervening, and means means what is the intervening means one fiber attached to the another fiber, and then later these fibers are using making different types of russes and jute bags, different types of and products are commercial products are produced by the xylem fibers. The next one, last one, xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma is a living cell. Living cell made up of cellulose. Made up of cellulose. And xylem parenchyma, it is storaging food material. Storage food material in the form of starch. But what is the food material? The carbohydrates or proteins, they are storage in the xylem parenchyma, because of which contain this covered by cell wall made up of deposited by cellulose, and inside the protoplasm it containing storage food material. Also not only primary metabolites and also secondary metabolites are present in the xylem parenchyma. The ray parenchyma. Ray parenchyma. Ray parenchyma means the parenchyma arranged laterally. Lateral means lateral side, which is useful for the lateral conduction of water minerals. Water conduction of water minerals. And this is about the xylem complex tissue. Once again, synonym. See here. So xylem is a complex tissue. Xylem also called as a hydrome. Xylem is formed from the different xylem is a different origin, performs same function. So how many kinds of cells means there are 4 kinds of cells. Xylem it contains 4 kinds of. What are the 4 kinds of cells? Tracheids, xylem vessel, fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Out of 4 types of cells, how many dead cells means 3 are dead cell. How many living cells means only 1 cell. What is the living cell? Parenchyma. So out of 4 kinds of cell, which xylem cells are water conducting in Pteridophyta gymnosperms means tracheids. But in which kind of xylem cells are water conducting channels in angiosperm means xylem vessel. Xylem vessel is absent in Pteridophyta gymnosperms. Tracheids are present, they are short lifespan, they are degenerated than later, long time water conducting channel in angiosperm is xylem vessel. Xylem fiber. All 3 are dead cells. All 3 dead cells are made up of lignin. Empty space is called as a lumen. Tracheids and xylem vessel together known as a tracheary elements. So the shape of the tracheids is elongated cell. The shape of the fiber is elongated with the trapping ends. What is the shape of xylem vessel? Xylem vessel is a tube-like and cylindrical and structure. No protoplasm. If protoplasm is present, how can we conduct it in the water? How can we supply the water to the various part of the plant body? So then xylem vessel in angiosperm, water and mineral supply from the root to the leaf. Then later next perforation means, what is perforation? One xylem vessel, tube like xylem vessel is interconnected to the one to the another is called as a and perforation. What is parenchyma? It is a living cell. Cell walls are made up of cellulose. Remaining three are the made up of lignin. These are made up of the living cell made up of cellulose, and they are storing food material, and also secondary metabolites are present in the living xylem parenchyma. And ray parenchyma. Parenchyma, there are two, axial and ray parenchyma. Axial means they are present in the vertically. Ray parenchyma means parenchyma, xylem parenchyma, there are two types, axial parenchyma, ray parenchyma. Ray parenchyma is present in the lateral side. What is the function of ray parenchyma? Lateral conduction of water minerals in the water minerals. This is about the and xylem complex tissue. Primary xylem differentiated into a protoxylem, metaxylem. Protoxylem, metaxylem. Protoxylem and metaxylem. But what is the first formed xylem is called as a protoxylem. Lateral formed xylem is called as a metaxylem. For example, internal structure of the root. For example, this is the endodermis. Endodermis. This is called as a pericycle. This is called as a pericycle. Pericycle. Below the pericycle, this is called as a protoxylem. This is called as a protoxylem. Protoxylem. This is called as a metaxylem. Metaxylem. Such arrangement is called as a, in the roots, protoxylem towards the pericycle. What is this? Pericycle. Protoxylem towards the pericycle. Metaxylem towards the inner side. Inner side. Such type of xylem arrangement is called as a exarch. Exarch condition. Exarch condition is present in monocot and dicot roots. Dicot roots. Also called as a exarch, also called as a centripetal manner. What is centripetal? Xylem is arranged peripheral to the center. Peripheral to the center. Once again, primary xylem. What is primary xylem? What is secondary xylem? Secondary xylem, secondary phloem formed during the secondary growth. Primary xylem present in the root and stem. Primary xylem differentiated into a protoxylem and metaxylem. But what is meant by protoxylem? First formed xylem is called as a protoxylem. Lateral formed xylem is called as a metaxylem. Metaxylem. Next, what is meant by exarch condition? Where it is present? Exarch condition. Exarch condition is present in the monocot roots and dicot roots. But what is meant by exarch condition? So, for example, internal structure of the root. For example, this is outermost layer is called as endodermis. Below the endodermis, outermost layer of the stele is called as a pericycle. Pericycle, towards the pericycle, this is called as a protoxylem. Protoxylem. Then later towards the inner side, center, this is called as center. It is called as a lateral formed xylem is called as a metaxylem. Such arrangement is called as exarch condition. Exarch condition. Exarch also called as a centripetal manner. Centripetal manner means peripheral to the center. Peripheral. First xylem is peripheral. Lateral xylem is called as a center. So, such is called as a centripetal manner. Centripetal manner. Next, what is meant by end arc? What is meant by end arc? So, for example, this is the endodermis. Same, this is called as a pericycle. Pericycle. Then later, so metaxylem, this is called as a metaxylem. This is called as a metaxylem. This is called as a protoxylem. Protoxylem. So, metaxylem towards the pericycle, protoxylem towards the medulla. This portion is called as a medulla. Medulla or pith. So, such arrangement of xylem is called as a end arc xylem. End arc xylem. End arc condition or end arc arrangement is present in the monocot, dicot, stems. Stems. Okay, very, very important. So, exarch condition is present in monocot root and dicot root. Endarch condition is present in dicot stem and monocot stem. If you understand one, automatically you can understand opposite to the exarch condition is opposite to the endarch. So, this is called as a centripetal, this is called as centrifugal. What is meant by centrifugal? Means center to the peripheral is called as a centrifugal, nothing but it is called as endarch condition. This is about the xylem. After that, so coming to the next complex tissue. What is the next topic? Complex tissue. Complex tissue, phloem. Phloem. Complex tissue is also called as a conducting tissue or vascular tissues. Xylem and phloem together known as a whenever you are getting vascular tissues means xylem and phloem together known as a vascular tissue. Vascular tissue is also called as a conducting tissue. Next and type of complex tissue is called as a phloem. Phloem also called as a bast. Bast. Phloem, complex tissue and also called as a bast. Phloem, it containing, there are 4 kinds of cells. Sieve cells, sieve tubes, okay, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers. Out of 5 kinds of cells, but why I am saying 4 means always companion cells are associated with the sieve tubes. Out of here, according to here, I am writing out of 5 kinds of cells, they are the living cells. But phloem fibers are the dead cells. When comparatively xylem, there are 4 kinds of cells. Out of 4 kinds of cells, 3 are the dead cell, 1 is the living cell. What is the living cell in xylem? Xylem parenchyma. But comparatively, phloem is a complex tissue, also called as a bast. It is a conducting tissue, it is a vascular tissue. Then there are 5 types of cells. But sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, these are the living cell. Living cell means automatically what you understand? Okay, they are made up of cellulose, they are containing protoplasm. Then later phloem fiber is a dead cell. Then sieve cells are sieve tubes and sieve elements. They are the important food conducting channel. Sieve tubes are sieve cells, food conducting channel in pteridophyta and gymnosperms. First kind of cells is sieve cells. They are food conducting channel in pteridophyta. Pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Not only sieve cells, also albuminous cells. And they are living cells. The cell walls are made up of cellulose. They are containing protoplasm. And second one, sieve cells means look like a cell structure, cell-like structure. The next, sieve tube. Very, very important, sieve tubes. For example, this is one sieve tube. Always sieve tube associated with the companion cells. These companion cells possess nucleus. This is called as a nucleus. Very, very important. Nucleus is absent in sieve tube. What is sieve tube? Sieve tube is a food conducting channel in angiosperms. Living cell, in angiosperm food conducting phloem cell is a sieve tube, but in sieve tube no nucleus. But without nucleus, what is the function of nucleus? Nucleus is a master cell, brain cell, and it is regulate all the and functions of the various cell organelle. Lack of the nucleus, so pressure gradient is depend on the established and companion cells. So sieve tubes pressure gradient depend on the nucleus containing companion. Always companion cells are associated with the sieve tube. What is sieve tube? Means tube like structure. Then one sieve tube connected to the another sieve tube with end walls are interconnected by sieve plates. Are you understand? Just now one xylem vessel connected to another vessel interconnected to the perforation. Like here also this is and sieve tube food conducting channel in angiosperm. It is a tube like structure. This no nucleus, always associated with the companion cells, and border pits are present, and these companion cells are connected to the sieve tube. Then later one sieve tube interconnected to the another sieve tube through the plate. That plate is called as a sieve plate. Sieve plate it containing pores is called as a sieve pores. Sieve pores are interconnected to the plasma-desmata. What is the plasma? A small hair-like structure connected to the two cells, which helps to the intercellular transportation. Next one, and then later phloem parenchyma. What is phloem parenchyma? Just now we are discussing. It is a living cell. Cell walls are made up of cellulose, then storing food material, and also secondary metabolites are present. It is there are two types of parenchyma: axial parenchyma, ray parenchyma. Ray parenchyma is useful for the lateral conduction of food material. The next one, last one, fibers. What is fibers? Fibers means elongated with tapering ends. They are called as a phloem fiber. Phloem fibers are used as some commercial fibers. But which plants are and phloem fibers used as a commercial fibers? Jute, linum, sun hemp. Sun hemp means Crotalaria gentiana. This plant fibers are making commercially used as a. What is the commercial fibers means? Commercial fibers used as a commercially. But what is the commercial fibers? Commercial fibers using and making and jute bags or russes, different types of jute products are produced by the using and commercial fibers. Phloem fibers are, when compared, there are three types of fibers: xylem fibers and phloem fibers, sclerenchyma fibers. But any fibers they are dead cells, elongated cells with tapering ends and no protoplasm. Cell walls are made up of lignin, and they are commercial fibers using and making different types of commercial and products. And this is about the phloem. So once again, what is the phloem? Phloem is a complex tissue discovered by Nageli. Phloem also called as a bast. There are, and according to these 5 types of cells: sieve cells, sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers. Out of 5 types of cells, only 4 types of cells are living cells except phloem fibers. Phloem fibers are the dead cells, remaining are the living cells. So next, okay, I am asking important questions. Which type of xylem and phloem cells are xylem and phloem and conducting and in angiosperms? Water or and food. In xylem, vessels are water mineral conducting channels in angiosperms. Sieve tubes are and food conducting channels in angiosperm. In Pteridophyta gymnosperms, water conducting channels are the tracheids, and so in food conducting channels in Pteridophyta gymnosperms, sieve cells, very important. And phloem parenchyma is absent in monocots. Monocotyledons are monocots here, very important. So nucleus is absent in sieve tubes. Sieve tubes are food conducting in angiosperms. Next, phloem parenchyma absent in monocotyledons. This is about the complex tissues and permanent tissues, and they are different origin and perform same function. And so how many types of dead cells, how many types of living cells, and how many types of fibers are present, what are the fibers and living cells are made up of. This is about complex tissues. Next, after that, tissue system. Tissue systems, there are three types are there. One is the epidermal tissue system, ground tissue, vascular tissues. Okay, first one, epidermal tissue system. This is the epidermis. Outermost layer is called as a epidermis. Outermost means, this is anatomy, means study about internal structure of the root or stem or leaf. Okay, this is and for example a root or whatever it may be. So, and outermost layer, single layer without intercellular spaces. But what is this space? This minute pores of the epidermis is called as a stomata. Minute pores of the epidermis is called as a single layer it containing, there are three parts. This is minute pores of the epidermis is called as a stomata. Stomata perform two functions. One is the transpiration. Second one is the gases exchange. Okay, are you clear? So, tissue system, there are and three types: epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and vascular tissue system. Epidermal tissue system means outermost layer, single layer without intercellular spaces. The cells are, this is epidermal, all the epidermal cells are parenchyma. In the single layer it contains minute pores of the epidermal cells is called as a stomata. Stomata perform two functions, one is the gas exchange and transpiration. What is transpiration? Loss of water is called as a, in the leaf epidermis containing stomata helps in transpiration. Then next one, and so this epidermis covered by waxy cutin layer is called as a cuticle. Cuticle is thick or thin. When thick cuticle is present in xerophytic plant, when thick is, it is prevent the loss of water. Very important. The epidermis covered by waxy cutin layer is called as a cuticle. Cuticle is thick, thick cuticle is present in xerophytic plant, and it is prevent the loss of water, because of in such soil there is no water, lack of water, scare of water, again cannot regain the water. Because of this layer it is prevent the loss of water, Next one, and these epidermal cells produces hairs. These hairs are called as a, if it is root, produces root hairs. Root produces hairs are called as a root hairs. What is the function of root hairs? Absorption of water mineral. Root hairs are unicellular. Root produces hairs are called as a root hairs. Root hairs are unicellular. What is the function of root hair? Absorption of water minerals. If the stem, for example, this is the stem. The stem produces hairs are called as a trichomes. trichomes. Trichomes are multicellular. Trichomes are multicellular. Okay, are you clear, Nana? So, root produces hairs are called as a root hairs. Root hairs are unicellular and absorption of water mineral. Stem produces hairs are called as a trichomes. What is the function of trichomes? Like a and cuticle, thick cuticle prevent the loss of water. Very, very important. Stem epidermal cell produces hairs are called a trichome. They are multicellular and they are and prevent the loss of water. Next one, and structure of stomata. What is stomata? This portion, minute portion of the epidermis is called as a stomata. Each stomata it containing two guard cells. These two cells are called as a guard cells. Guard cells surrounded by accessory cells or subsidiary cells. Number of guard cells in one stomata, 2 guard cells. Number of accessory cells means 2. Then this is the stomata. For example, here this portion it contains guard cells, then accessory cells surrounded by many epidermal cells. Guard cells, accessory cell, next this stomata covered by many epidermal cells. Out of 3 types of cells, which cells possess, very, very important, chloroplast. Chloroplasts are present in the only guard cell because of they perform photosynthesis. Then next, this is guard cells, accessory cells, this portion. It is called as a stomatal pore. Guard cells, this is guard cells, accessory cells, stomatal pore, together known as a stomatal apparatus. Last one, so the shape of guard cells in dicotyledon, kidney shaped. The shape of guard cells in monocotyledon, dumbbell shaped. Dumbbell shape of guard cells present in monocot. Kidney shaped guard cells present in dicotyledon. But to see clear, there are 3 parts, single layer, stomata, hairs, cuticle. What is stomata? Stomata perform 2 functions, transpiration and gas exchange. Each stomata contains 2 guard cells, 2 accessory cells, many epidermal cells. What is stomatal apparatus mean? Guard cells, accessory cells are subsidiary cells, and stomatal pore together known as stomatal apparatus. Out of these stomatal apparatus, which type of cells containing chloroplast means guard cells possess chloroplast cell. When chloroplasts are present, perform photosynthesis. What is the shape of guard cells in dicotyledon? Kidney shape. What is the shape of guard cells in monocotyledon? Dumbbell shape. This is about the stomata. Tomorrow we will discuss the ground tissue and vascular tissues.